Hey folks, Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to a very interesting live stream. We are trying to do something new this time. If you have seen my previous live stream, which was about the IT sector, we had discussed about how I feel that IT sector, which had risen quite a bit, we discussed the reasons as to why I feel IT sector might go sideways slash bearish. And if you remember, I had also discussed in the same, before I took the live stream, I'd asked on the community tab post that how many of you feel that IT sector will be bullish, how many of you feel it will be bearish, and in that, I guess more than 80% people had said that yes, it is bullish. And if we have followed the IT index since then, hardly a week down the line, and IT index is down almost 6%. Wow. So does this mean that I have done some ekdam high level or something inside? Nothing, yeah. It's more of understanding the macro view. It's about understanding the news. It's about understanding the technical analysis. It's about understanding the option chain. And based on all these parameters, if you try and analyze what's going around you, then ideally you should be in a position to understand that, okay, where this specific section is headed, right? So today's entire discussion is not going to revolve around a specific stock, but of course it's going to revolve around a specific sector. And some person had already typed it in the comment box. That person had guessed it right, and it was the chat was by Mr. Rahul Gangwani, and he says probably the metal sector. And yo, the answer is correct. It is the metal sector that we are going to discuss today. If those who have been observing or those who know about the metal sector, let me just quickly tell you, for those who are not so pro in that, there is an index. So for example, Nifty is the index for the entire market. We have a Nifty bank, we have a Nifty IT. So specific sectoral indices also we have, right? Similarly, for metal sector, we have something known as CNX Metal. Okay, now in this CNX Metal, or the Nifty Metal, for the simplicity purpose I'm saying CNX Metal, the topmost weightage is of Tata Steel. Okay, so this index weightage, 22% of the weightage is given to Tata Steel. Hindalco Industries has almost 18% weightage, and JSW Steel has almost 15% weightage. So if I put together Tata Steel, Hindalco, and JSW, all these three stocks put together will contribute to more than 50% of the metal index, right? Now, if you have been following the metal index, the metal rally since the bottommost point of COVID, this sector has rallied almost 4.6 times, 4.6x rally has been seen in this metal sector. And if you compare that with Nifty, the Nifty has gone up roughly by 2.5x. Okay. So, in simple words, can I say metals have outpaced the metal sector growth, has outpaced the growth at which Nifty has gone up, right? So, does this mean that Nifty Metal or the CNX Nifty CNX Metal will just go up 4.6x, 5x, 10x? No. So ideally, I believe that if it has already rallied 4.6x, there is a great chance that there may be some level of retracement. Okay. Now, why do I feel so? If I feel that there should be some retracement, I just can't say that अंदर से आवाज आ रही है, there will be a retracement. No, not at all. I have to try and analyze the various macroeconomic factors and then make up some logic, make some analysis on that, right? So I'm just going to quickly share my views. Okay, please understand, before I tell the reasons, I'm not saying that the metal index is like over, khatam, now nothing like that. I believe that the risk reward ratio right now is not really favorable in the metal space. Okay, so could there be a spike, a small spike? Possible, but as I mentioned, doesn't mean that it might just shoot up further. I do see some level of sluggishness or bearishness, or at least sideways bearish, something like that I see in this specific sector. Now, what are the different reasons for that? Let me just quickly share one by one, and wherever I feel that I should show you the chart or the option chain, I will surely show that, right? So I will focus on what reasons are for this entire my thought process about metal space, right? The very first one is that the iron ore prices are pretty much softening right now. They're going down. Iron ore prices are going down. You might be like, what is the connection? For to make steel, you need iron ore. Okay. Now, please understand, whenever I say that the prices are up, So typical scenario, normal economics, high demand, similar supply will lead to higher prices. Okay, low demand, similar supply will lead to lower prices. So basically, the demand for iron ore has gone down a little bit. Mainly, we can analyze this with the reasons of softening or going down of international prices in the iron ore segment. Okay, just to give you some more stats on this, 154 US dollar per metric ton. That was the price that is it is at currently, and it did a recent peak of 165 US dollars. It in fact had an all-time high of 220 US dollars as well. But while me and my team we were reading through various analysts' report, many of the analysts at global level, right, not only India specific, many analysts at global level feel that the price range of iron ore should ideally be between two-digit range. Okay, now why are we talking only about iron ore, or why are we talking only about steel if this entire stream is about CNX metals? I'm talking only about one metal right now, steel, and as I'm telling you that iron ore prices, we are seeing some softening. So ideally, steel prices we can see some softening. You might be like, why only steel? I'm talking about instead of entire metal space. Now, steel constitutes almost 40% of the CNX metal index again. Okay, so is steel a super important commodity in the entire metal space? Answer is yes. Okay, second important reason again at a global level is that there are rising cases, COVID cases again in China. There are rising fears of lockdown in China. Again, hospitalization cases in European countries have gone up a little bit, and all these things again can go to somewhere like a slowdown, a little bit of slowdown in the economic growth. Now please understand, whenever economy has to grow, the demand for steel ideally is high. Okay, because see, if I'm talking about building rail tracks, or if I'm talking about constructing bridges, okay, big buildings, then typically all these metals like steel are demanded in huge quantities, right? But if there are these rising cases of COVID, hospitalization cases are rising, then there's a great possibility that we might, you know, we might foresee some level of slowdown in the overall economy. And is that only one or two people who are talking about that? No, in fact, IMF, if you have read the report yesterday, IMF has also reduced the GDP growth projections for 2022. Now, what does this mean? IMF, International Monetary Fund, they also believe that there is a great chance that overall growth rate, that is the overall GDP, not only of India, they have talked about India, they have talked about China, they have talked about many other countries, and they believe that there's a great chance that overall global level pay, there'll be a little bit drag in the growth rate. Okay, so is that again a problematic situation for the entire metal space? Again, answer is yes. This is rising energy prices, supply disruptions, all these things are going to just add on to the problems, right? One more chain of problems, and what is that? Geopolitical issues. Everyone knows about declining foreign reserves of Pakistan, you know about the situation in Nepal, you know about the bankruptcy of Sri Lanka, there's a food crisis in Peru, there's a drought in South America, there's a flood in South Africa. There are so many other points which are not so good at the geopolitical level, right? Now, what we did right now, we talked about three, four important points. The very first point we talked about was the softening of prices of iron ore, lockdown in China, IMF, and geopolitical issues. All these 4 points are about fundamental analysis, news based analysis. Now, if all these news are coming up, should ideally the charts also show us something? Should also the charts hint us to something? And answer is ideally yes. So first of all, I'm going to show you the chart of entire uh, index, that is nothing but CNX metal chart I'm going to show you. So let me just quickly share my screen so that you are able to view the chart. All right, so this is CNX metal. Now if you see here, this is by the way a monthly chart. Okay, everyone pay attention, this is a monthly chart, and this is how the metal index has been performing. If you see here, high, a higher high, and a super higher high. Okay, now I'm just zooming in. Okay, now see this is July 2021. From July 2021 to February 2022, almost 7 months, or 7 to 8 months I should say, 8 months, the entire metal index was in the same price range. If you see, I've drawn this line at almost 5,883, and at the lower end, the level is 5,247. So was it stuck between this range for 8 months? This is a monthly candle, right? So 8 months it was stuck up in the same range. Now the thing is that if you see, there's a big breakout here, and followed by one more green candle. Now this month's candle is yet to be formed. Okay, it's still in the process of formation. Now you might be like, what is the problem, Rachana? There was a nice consolidation and there is a breakout. Then ideally it should go high, high, high up in the air. Again, let me repeat my point. Did I say that there is zero possibility that it will move up a little bit? I don't think so. Maybe a little bit it can move up. But I believe that this breakout is not very strong. The strength in the breakout, the force which with this breakout has happened, I don't believe it's very high. Why? If you want to check out the strength of the price movement, okay, I'm repeating, if you want to check strength, then a very, very good technical indicator is RSI. So what I'm doing, I'm just increasing this. So just have a look at this. Okay, now this specific point you can see here, from where July 2021. Now see this candle, and this is the start of our trend line, and this is again a start of our trend line, right? So here if you see, this line is going up. This is the price action. It is going up. And here if you see RSI high to high, it is slightly going down. This is a tip. So I hope this is clearly visible to your eyes also. For price of the CNX Metal Index, it is going up. And for the RSI, it is like this. It's going a little bit down. It's not completely down, but you can see that at least it is shade downwards. Okay. This is typically called as the RSI divergence. And when this happens, it shows that, okay, price is increasing, but the strength is decreasing. I hope you have understood. Price is increasing, but the strength is decreasing. So this may lead to a problem in this rising strength. So this may lead to the point again I'm trying to make is, it may go a little bit, but the pace, the strength, that is drawing down, and that is the reason why उसमें से वो charm चला जाएगा. It will थोड़ा थक जाएगा. It will go down a little bit. Okay, bearish, slightly sluggish. That is what may happen. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying, right? The increasing price and the decreasing strength. Now, if you remember, I told you that Tata Steel is one stock which is forming the major part of the CNX Metal Index, right? So if I were to quickly check Tata Steel as well, so here I've opened Tata Steel. So now again, what I had done is that I just checked how Tata Steel is going high, higher high, again a higher high, and I just try to connect this higher highs, 3 higher highs, and just pulled it off to the current date. Okay, 3 highs I had drawn, and I've just pulled this to the current date. Today, if you see, that trend line is broken. Yesterday it tested this, today it is broken. How is the MACD? MACD shows increasing weakness in Tata Steel. Okay, those who are our pro investor members, I hope you are reading the community tab. I had done a community tab on Tata Steel as well. So please, those who are the pro investor members and normal members also, keep on checking the community tab. Whenever I feel there is something important, I do keep on posting on the community tab as well. Okay, so in Tata Steel also, I can see some level of weakness kicking in, right? Now, if I were to check the option chain also, again, we'll check option chain of Tata Steel. And also, if you want JSW Steel also, we can quickly check. Now, what can you see in Tata Steel? Okay, this is the ATM option. Now, if you see here, at 1,340, see how much total of open interest you can see here. 3,000, again 3,000, 3,000, 5,000. So at all these 20 rupees on a higher side, you can see a lot of open interest being built up. But if you see on the put side, you don't see a lot of things going on at the put side. Okay, so a lot of resistance is being built up at immediate next levels at 1340, 1360, 1380 and 1400. Okay, so can this create problems for the upward side? Again, answer is yes. Even if you check for JSW Steel, I'll quickly show you. So I'll show you for Hindalco also if you want. Hindalco. This is Hindalco ATM. Okay, now again see 2,400, 1,200, 4,600, 2,000, 5,000, and see what's happening on the put side. Hardly we can see anything on the put side. So if you talk about all these big names in the top 2 or 3 segments of the metal index, can I clearly see high resistance level at immediate levels? The answer is obviously yes. And I believe that because of all these things, the pain in the metal sector that I can see is pretty much evident. But there is a higher pain right now in me, higher pain. And what is that higher pain? That this analysis takes a lot of time. Me and my team, we have to put in a lot of effort. There are almost 1,500 people which are watching. And the higher pain is that only 300 likes. Okay. If there are 1,500 viewers who are watching this stream, and if there are only 300 likes, for so much of data that we have collated, which included not only fundamental analysis news, including China and South America and South Africa, and also what we talked about the IMF report. I talked about the iron ore prices. I talked about the steel prices, right? And then we also moved on to technical analysis. I showed you in technical analysis, we discussed the RSI divergence concept. Then we also discussed the option chain, and in the option chain also we talked about how 2 or 3 important levels. Why can I see resistance at higher and higher levels, and still I can see a big resistance at 600 likes, 1,500 viewers, and the likes are not crossing 600? Big resistance, right? This is one point. And if the likes cross 1,000 points, 1,000 likes, then I will also share one more important news. But I feel you'll do that till I tell this news, okay? Because I just can't, stop myself from sharing more and more knowledge. Uh, just not possible from my side, right? So, in fact, I was just reading one news, so I'll just quickly share this news with you. uh, I just read this on LiveMint or LiveMint, whatever you call. There was a news that Rakesh Jhunjhunwala sells his stake in this PSU metal stock during Q4, and the name of that stock is Sale. Okay, so if this big bull is selling his stake in Sale, achha, it is possible that uh, his stake might have gone below the reportable percentage as well. Okay, but if this be so, if Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is cutting down the stake, and one more point, during the December quarter also, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala had cut down his stake in the company from 1.76% to 1.09%. So already he has cut down his stake, and now further it has either gone down to zero, or it has slipped. See, it has slipped below 1% for sure. Okay, has he completely knocked it off or not? It is very difficult to tell. Okay, Ravi Solanki says I have also sold off in the last quarter, so I should say Ravi Jhunjhunwala maybe. Okay, so I hope we have understood that not only our news that we have discussed, but also the important point of technical analysis. We have also talked about option chain analysis. A lot of points we have talked, and still concurrent viewers 1,600 and likes only 800. If possible, I would really request if you take it above 1,000. See, I'll tell you why. The likes don't fetch me money. Okay, they if the likes are high, if you have genuinely liked the analysis, and if the likes are high, YouTube algorithm understands that whoever are the viewers of this video, they liked the video, they found some value in it, they found some knowledge in it, and that is where they will recommend this video to more and more viewers. So if you want that more and more of your friends or other viewers should also know about this analysis in the metal space, you can help me, or you can help yourself in spreading this financial awareness. Because otherwise, analyzing a specific industry, it's not so easy, to be really honest. It takes a lot of effort to collate this data and put it down in the least possible time. So if you want that this analysis should reach maximum people, please ensure that you have hit the like button. So I hope you have enjoyed this analysis. This was not at all a stocks and news uh, video. This was mainly for you, to give you more and more knowledge about a specific sector. Tomorrow, by the way, we have a separate live stream. So normal Thursday live stream, instead of that, I did a live stream today. And tomorrow we'll be having the live stream for our pro investor members, wherein I am going to discuss the stock of the month for the month of April. So all the pro investor members, I'll see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. And just in case if you did not understand that what this option chain data meant. There is a possibility that you might not have understood it if you are not so much into option chain analysis, or if you are not so much into futures and options, then there is a possibility you might not have understood. In that case, I would surely request everyone that you should go onto our website, rachanaranade.com, and oops, I have written research. Sorry. You can use the coupon code research 5 and not research percentage. It should be research 5. Okay. So you can use this code to get some extra discount, and you can enroll for our futures and options or technical analysis courses. It will further enhance your knowledge. And I hope you have enjoyed this live stream. I would have loved to say take care, Jai Hind, bye bye at 1000 likes, but it is 984 likes. I wish. Anyways, so I hope you have enjoyed today's live stream. I still wish I can see that 1000 likes and then say Jai Hind, bye bye. But I can still see only 984 likes. But I don't want to increase the length of this live stream. It's 997 and 1011. Yeah. Thank you. Share the stream with your friends. Let everyone know about the entire CNX Metal space. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.